Are you a world language teacher who would like to incorporate the presentational speaking with cultural comparison task in your classroom? Have you found it challenging to stay calm and focused because there are so many things to consider? This video is designed to help you break this challenging performance-based task into smaller pieces so that you and your students feel like the superheroes that you are. I'll talk about how to easily compare cultures and communities by understanding and classifying cultural products, practices, and perspectives. First, what is a cultural product? It includes tangible things like food, buildings, works of art, and literature. A castle is an example of a French cultural product. In addition, a cultural product is also intangible things like systems, institutions, laws, music, dance, and language. Breton dance is another example of a French cultural product. Next up are cultural practices, which are what people do where, when, how, and with whom. It is observable social behavior. For example, do you eat dinner alone, with friends, or with family? What time do you eat? How long do you stay at the table? Do you cook at home or eat out? Do you eat particular kinds of foods on certain days of the week or for holidays? Finally, we get to the most significant part of cultural comparisons. Cultural perspectives represent a culture's view of the world. They include core values and how those values are reflected in daily life. Equality is a core value of the French since the French Revolution. You can see that value reflected in almost all aspects of French daily life. Once you understand cultural products, practices, and perspectives, you can put it all together to make comparisons using a Venn diagram or a T-chart, as shown here. The comparison should center on the perspectives. Use the cultural products and practices as detail and elaboration to support the main argument. First, we define the communities we are comparing. For this example, I'll compare France as the target community and my community, the USA. Let's say that our topic is food. Let's first start by comparing a cultural product. In France, they commonly eat baguette, whereas in the USA, we commonly eat sliced packaged bread. After cultural products, we turn next to cultural practices. To use the same example, we'll consider the cultural practices involving bread. In France, they buy fresh bread every morning at a neighborhood bakery, where they likely know the baker and greet him or her by name. The baker is specialized and does not sell anything other than bread. The French generally eat bread with meals. They don't normally snack between meals. All have access to high-quality, affordable bread since the French Revolution. By contrast, in my community in the USA, people generally buy bread several loaves at a time from a big box store. They may or may not speak to anyone while there and will likely purchase a variety of items at the same time. For the final category, cultural perspectives, we look at the deeper, hidden culture that is less tangible and observable. To use the metaphor of Edward T. Hall, we look below the waterline of the iceberg to see the majority of culture. To continue with the food example and with cultural perspectives, what does the baguette and how it is purchased and eaten infer about the beliefs and perspectives of the French? They have a variety of values, but in this bread example, we can see that quality, relationships, politeness, community, and equality are all reflected in their daily habits. On the other hand, in the USA, our bread habits demonstrate that we value cost, convenience, time, and efficiency. As you reflect on these examples, I hope that it helps you better understand cultural products, practices, and perspectives so that you can successfully accomplish this challenging task with all learners at all levels.